My conclusions for this episode are very succinct. The gangster daddy is a bad gangster. Not just bad in the way like morally bad, because surely they're all morally bad, but in the way that he's not very smart, not very perceptive, because how couldn't you tell that baby boy was scared of what you were about to ask him or tell him? Did you not look in his face when you were saying, I know what you did? Hello everyone, my name is Joe. Welcome back to the channel of Delusional Theories. Today, a very short review of Duster episode 2, because I don't think that there's going to be that much to review about these episodes, guys, because one, they are kind of predictable, because tell me why I knew the moment that his dad offered to help, I knew that he was going to be the guy in the car. The thing that is enjoyable about Duster, I find, is the same things I commented on my previous review, is the style is really enjoyable. Like, this show has personality. This show has style, and it's fun to watch it, you know? It looks good, and it feels good to watch it. And also, the just not random, but frequent violence. The frequent violence that kind of just comes out of nowhere and is unpredictable in a way that is fun if they don't do it too much and becomes predictable. Like if in every episode there's going to be like 3 or 4 conflicts and at least 2 people are going to die, it's gonna get a bit much. But yeah, in terms of plot, not that much happens. We find out that Jimmy was there with Joey when the thing exploded. I think that's what they meant. To be honest, I didn't rewatch this a second time. I just watched it once. We find out that this one cop, this annoying pedo cop, saw Jimmy talking to bad bitch whose name I can't remember right now, and it was gonna threaten him because apparently, and we get so many more hints in this episode, that the entire goddamn police all the way to DC, what? That the whole police is like helping to hide this Jimmy death. And at this point, not Jimmy, goddammit, Joey. Why are they brothers? Why are these brothers named Jimmy and Joey? God damn it. At this point, I'm thinking that the gangster, because clearly he's not a very good gangster, and I'll explain it in a minute. The gangster was probably not responsible for Joey's death, and probably not responsible for baby girl's father's death, right? It's the goddamn politicians. It's the goddamn police. I think it's pretty obvious by now that, if we're seeing a guy in DC talking to the ex-wife of the investigator who was researching Joey's death, I think it's pretty telling who is behind all of this, right? Because if they aren't behind all of this, why in the world are they trying to hide it? So I think the conclusion is going to be that this gangster, not a very good one, didn't do anything. And when he was trying to warn baby girl's father, he was actually trying to warn him, like actually trying to tell him, look out for the cops. Look out for these politicians who are going to try to take you out. Look out for them. And then baby boy didn't look out for them, and then they took him out. Isn't that what this is going? Because we even see in the way that they are framing this gangster. First of all, let's talk about him. This gangster, one of the first things we see in this season, in this TV show, is this gangster's son is getting a heart transplant somewhere, not in a hospital, somewhere, and Jimmy is there to pump the heart. Jimmy is there to pump the heart because he was a transporter, the baby driver for the heart. So we see that this gangster cares about his son, right? And then we see that this gangster is very familiar with many people around the neighborhood. And in fact, he is a cherished customer of this one cafe with so many cool pictures of probably historic black people in America that I can't remember. I think I saw the fighter. What's his name? I think I saw the bee fighter. But oh my god, I'm gonna be so hated for not knowing this man's name. Anyway. So why would this gangster be shown in such a good light, going to this family restaurant where a lot of good people go to, where the goddamn police goes to, because our baby girl and her baby boy are there investigating. Why would they show us like that if they're just going to, bill this man as being a bad gangster, which he is technically, but not morally, apparently. No, he probably is morally as well. But the point is, I don't think the show is trying to tell us that he killed Joey or baby girl's father. I think the show is trying to tell us that the cops and the politicians did it because maybe they were going to expose something. I don't know. So why is he a bad gangster? Well, in the beginning of this episode, baby boy gangster invites Jimmy to go talk to him because he wants to thank him for pumping his son's heart. Literally pumping his heart. And he calls Jimmy into his office and starts telling him, and he says, I know what you did. And Jimmy is immediately like this. And the guy just ignores it. He just ignores it and he says, I know you saved my son's life. And it's like, didn't you see his look of despair? Didn't you see your baby boy Jimmy worried that you knew what he did? Bad gangster. He should have seen it right then and there. But anyway, he didn't see it. Jimmy was fine. And now that this goddamn police officer is trying to extort him for $10,000 because he saw him making a deal with the FBI, the idiot, Jimmy, he could have just killed the police officer. But no, he goes and hires someone to go threaten the police officer. The police officer doesn't care. The guy who goes to threaten him, what was his name? Eggshell? His name was something like Eggshell. So from now on, his name is Eggshell. Jimmy hires Eggshell for him and his buddy to go threaten this police officer who is trying to blackmail Jimmy with the information that he is a CI for the FBI. Try to remember all that. That is a crazy ass sentence. So he talks to Eggshell. Jimmy talks to Eggshell, and what Eggshell wants, the fact that Jimmy's life and Jimmy's deal with the FBI, that this whole case against baby boy gangster Saxton, this whole case at this point in this episode hangs on Elvis's blue suede shoes. Like, this is what I'm saying. This show has style. It has personality. Can you predict everything that's going to happen? Probably. Is it a fun show to watch? Yes. Because the future of this man's life and the future of the case that is the future of baby girl police officer FBI agent's life hangs on Elvis Presley's blue suede shoes. How beautiful is that sentence? So Jimmy makes a deal with Eggshell that if Eggshell manages to scare the police officer, he will get him the goddamn shoes. He goes to the party. He does shenanigans with the party. He gets the shoes. He brings the shoes, and then he's out of luck. Why? Because when Eggshell and his brother went to confront the mean pedo police officer, the mean pedo police officer didn't go with a plan. So Eggshell shot him, the mean pedo police officer shot Eggshell's brother, and then Eggshell shot the police officer again, and the goddamn man did not die. He did not die. How are you shot so many times and you don't die? Anyway, Eggshell thinks the police officer is dead. He takes his brother's body, I think, with him. He goes to the meeting place to get the goddamn blue suede shoes, and now the price went up. And I want you to guess. I want you to guess how much. I mean, if you watch the show, you know. I want you to guess how much his brother's life is worth. $3,000. I think it was just $3, no? A certain amount of money. So this guy's like, the price went up because my brother is dead. What was his name? Brian, Frank, Philip. Philip would be such a crazy name for a gangster. Anyway, he doesn't have the money, so he throws the blue suede shoes as a distraction. This show is so funny. I don't think it's intentional, but it's so funny. He throws the blue suede shoes and Jimmy grabs a bowling ball because they're meeting in a bowling alley. I don't know. He grabs a bowling ball, he throws it at his head. They fight some. They fight a little bit. And then at the end, Jimmy wins because of course he does. He's the main character. And he ends up having to bury his body. And this is the car we see in the beginning of the episode while Jimmy is burying this man's body. We see Jimmy's father coming by. Because this is turning out to be potentially top 2 favorite relationships in this show is Jimmy and his stepmother. Number 1 is baby girl FBI agent and baby boy FBI agent. I don't remember their names. They are the main relationship. They had such a cute moment because baby girl FBI agent is black, so no one cares about her. Literally in that FBI office, potentially the very corrupt FBI office, no one cares about her. And baby boy FBI detective, FBI agent is Native American. So again, no one cares about him. But now that she arrives and she gets things going, like she is not going to be stopped by racism or misogyny, they are working together. They're like the 2 minorities working together and solving this case. And they have a really cute moment in this season, in this episode where they're like, you're cool. And she's like, yeah, you're cool. And he's like, I respect you a lot because you're really bad bitch. And she's like, yeah, same. So it's really cute. That's verbatim what they said. But you know what's going to be my concluding remarks of the review of this episode is my confusion. Why does baby girl need to do push-ups after a fight with Jimmy? I hope that was intentionally funny because that was hilarious. Anyway, you guys, that's it for me today. I'm surprisingly enjoying this show. Like, as I said, kind of predictable, but also in a way that it's so cool and has so much personality that I just enjoy watching it. Like, I don't really care that baby girl FBI agent is going to find out in the end that the gangster she's hated her whole life was not actually the problem, because I know I'm gonna have fun in the journey. So yeah, that's it for me for this week. I will be here next week because I'm enjoying the show. And if you like my review, if you like the video, leave me a comment, give me a like. I was about to say follow, subscribe, join my membership on YouTube, or join my Patreon if you want to support the work that I do here. And I will see you for, I think, tomorrow. I think I'm going to record an Handmaid's Tale video. I think I mentioned it already in a previous video. How many times can I say the words I think? I want to do something different with like my finale predictions, like using you guys' comments and theories and ideas, because there are a lot of them and I want to answer all of them. So see you then. Bye, guys.